what will be the probable opening combination?
So the opening combination, yeah, it's up for discussion at the moment. There's so many good players that can fit in those roles. Fortunately, the head coach gets to make that decision with Abhishek Nair and Dinesh Karthik. But yeah, there's going to be definitely a few different opening combinations, and yeah, hopefully whatever works for us goes a long way to us winning the games.
Tapan from PTI asks, IPL has all been about the crowd and atmosphere. Minus these two away in Dubai and UAE, how do you think the team is motivated to do well under the new normal?
Yeah, it's the new normal, playing without any fans watching us play it live. But it's a privilege to actually play cricket again. There's so many struggles throughout the world and internationally. People aren't playing live sport or aren't able to see live sport. So I know some of the boys who are actually training at the moment, they're chomping at the bit just to get out there and play. And if it's in front of no crowds or with crowds, the boys are going to put their 100% full forward, and let's just see how they go. But it's a privilege actually just to play cricket at the moment.
Your take on the conditions there, the heat, twilight factor and slow pitches on offer?
Yeah, it is hot. I know all the boys are, they're sort of acclimatising at the moment. It's going to be hot throughout the tournament, maybe a little bit windy as well, and I think the pitches will get used and tired as the tournament goes on. But it's up to the teams that adapt the quickest, and the strength of squad, I think, will go a long way to actually winning this game. And fortunately, with our squad, we're chock full of depth, and we've got talent all over the shop as well. So yeah, we're very fortunate in all those areas.
Sayak Banerjee from Telegraph asks, how crucial would Eoin Morgan's presence be in the KKR ranks, especially after what he has achieved over the last 3-4 years, both as a batsman and a captain? And how beneficial do you think it could be for skipper Dinesh Karthik?
Well, he's huge, isn't he? Eoin Morgan's World Cup winning captain, captain England for a long time in T20 cricket and one-day cricket. So, yeah, classy player, classy performer. He's also going to be a great ally for Dinesh Karthik, maybe fielding in the ring and talking to the bowlers while our captain's behind the stumps keeping wickets. So he's also a very cool, calm and collected person. So he's also going to be very handy in middle order, controlling things with our captain as well. So I do expect them to both have a really good relationship on and off the field, and yeah, I think it's going to go a long way to having a cool, calm head to winning many games for the Kolkata Knight Riders during a very tight tournament.
Debashish Sen from Extra Time asks, can Tom Banton be the X factor for the Knight Riders this season, given his exploits in the BBL and the recently concluded 2 T20Is against Pakistan in England?
Yeah, what a player, Tom Banton. He is an X-factor. He takes the game on. He's probably the new version or a better version of Kevin Peterson, I believe, and I think he's going to be a great pickup for the Kolkata Knight Riders. As the X-factor, I think every player that within our squad's got X-factor abilities, and I think any one of our players can actually win games of cricket on their day for our team. So not all goes on Tom Banton, because all the players can actually turn up and play and win the games for our team.
Shamik from the Indian Express asks, do you think it would be imperative this time to promote Andre Russell up the batting order? Last season, Russell himself had spoken about how he was keen to bat up the order. Given that he will come to the IPL with some quality game time, and also now that KKR have Eoin Morgan to take care of the back end of the innings, what do you think about Russell's batting slot?
Why not? Andre, if it benefits the team and helps us win games of cricket, why not? If that means Andre Russell comes in at 3 and bats 60 balls, he might actually make a double hundred. So anything can happen with Dre Russ, fantastic player. He's probably almost the heartbeat of the team as well, but we've actually got some really well-balanced and players throughout the list, so anyone can bat in any different position, and if it benefits the team, why not? Why can't he bat up the list?
Devan Sarkar from Hindustan Time asks, could you talk us through your role as chief mentor? Given that there is a head coach and a bowling coach, would you focus more on the batting side of things?
Probably, yes. That's probably my skill set, more of in the batting point of view, but it's all about getting around the group as much as possible and just trying to make everybody feel as relaxed as they possibly can. Make sure they know their role clarity so they can go out there in the middle of of Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharjah, wherever we're playing, and under immense pressure, just so they are relaxed, they can execute their skills under immense pressure, and hopefully goes a long way to winning their games. But my job is to support the captains, the coaches, and just be the all-round role clarity person and decent in communication as well.
It has been around a week that the KKR have trained. As someone who joined later, how do you see the players?
In phenomenal touch, actually. They've hit the ground running. They've had a really good support staff structure in place, run by Abhishek Nair and Kyle Mills, for that matter. For me, I'm just amazed that these boys can come out of not hitting a cricket ball or bowling a cricket ball and just hit the ground running. Their skills are in sublime form, and we're building up nicely for the first game of the tournament.
Given the weather, heat, and possibility of playing strips being reused, would the spinners play a bigger role?
I think in T20 cricket, regardless of where you play, England, Australia, India, the UAE, spinners play a huge role in T20 cricket, and it's going to be no different in this tournament here. Middle East, it's going to be hot, it's going to be windy, and a lot of players don't play spin very well, especially from the overseas contingent. But I think in any form of the game, in any form of T20 game, spinners play a huge part, and fortunately we've got some really talented in-spin bowling in our squad.
And does that put KKR at a disadvantage because there is some heavy artillery when it comes to the pace department?
No, I disagree. I don't think we're disadvantaged at all with the spin bowling. Yes, we've got some fine fast bowlers, Pat Cummins, Lockie Ferguson, Marvy, I can't pronounce, Nagatokti, there you go. They're all very talented fast bowlers, but you've got to have a well-balanced bowling attack who know their roles very well and execute their skills under pressure, and fortunately we're very talented in both disciplines, fast bowling and spin.
Siddharth Vishwanathan from ZDNA asks, do you think that with no cricket played by most Indian cricketers since the coronavirus pandemic, does this level the playing field, and is IPL 2020 the tournament where there are no clear favourites?
Yeah, I don't think there's any clear favourite in the IPL. I think every squad is really, really talented, and the overseas players in every squad are very talented as well. So no clear favourite, and it is going to be very difficult for some of the players to come out of having no cricket for 4, 5 or 6 months and hitting the ground running here. So it's going to be tough, and we're playing in foreign conditions as well. So for us, it's all about getting our roles right, executing our skills under the pressure, and going out there and enjoying each other's company. And if we do that, I think it goes a long way to winning many games of cricket.
Indrajit Singh Gupta from ABP asks, as you were known to be the finisher and innings builder of the game, in your opinion, who would you rely on as a finisher for KKR, and who do you see as anchor for the batting lineup?
Well, the anchors of the batting lineup are Dinesh Karthik, Eoin Morgan, Andre Russell, but we've got also very classy players at the top of the list in Shuman Gill and Nitesh Rana as well. So, we've got very, very talented batsmen. We've got Tom Banton also. So we've got X-Factors. We've got really, really good players all the way through. Anchors, Eoin Morgan, Dinesh Karthik, I think they're two of the best players in the world. So, yeah, we're very, very lucky to have such a very talented squad.
Sukant Bera from Bartaman asks, you and Brendan played for KKR in early part of the IPL. Now again, you both are in the same boat with new roles. How do you enjoy this assignment and prospect of KKR this season?
Yeah, well, 2008 to 2010, Brendan and I played it for Kolkata Knight Riders, and we hit it off straight away. We didn't know each other very well at that stage, but yeah, we get on really well now. We have disagreements about how we should play, but it's always in good fun. There's no emotion. We just want the best for the team, and it's going to be really fun working with a guy who has a similar take on the game to myself. And fortunately, we've got other good support staff, coaches as well, to have their input. And it's all about getting the best ideas involved so we can sort of communicate that with the players in order for them to play their roles in the team. And most importantly, we want to win games of cricket for the Kolkata Knight Riders.
Kathakali Banerjee from Times of India, what do you make of the squad this season, and what are KKR's chances of winning the third title?
Well, I think every year KKR goes into winning the whole thing, so it's going to be no different. That's the goal, winning the trophy. Our squad is ridiculously talented, and after watching the boys train over the last few days, I'm very happy being part of this squad. Very well balanced in all aspects of the game, all disciplines, great fast bowlers, very talented batsmen who can play in all forms of the list between 1 and 7. So we've got really good spinners as well. So yeah, very, very excited to see the boys play and execute their skills in the IPL.
Shresh from ESPN, Cricinfo, which new signing have you been impressed with?
Well, all of them really. The overseas players haven't arrived just yet, but I'm going to be very impressed seeing Tom Banton play live. I saw him play in the Big Bash, and he was phenomenal. But seeing them. But I think it's going to be some of the wily veterans in Dinesh Karthik, Kuldeep. They're going to be ultra critical for our whole list. Sunil Narayan, Andre Russell, they've been around the group for a long time, and I think whatever they bring, they control the culture of the group, and I think they're going to go a long way to actually helping other boys or the newcomers, the youngsters, in order to buy into the culture that we have and help them and help us win games of cricket.
For the last few seasons, KKR's batting template has been to go hard at the top with Lin and Narayan. With Shubman Gill slowly establishing himself as an opener at the end of the last season, can we expect a change in the style this season, especially since Linney is no longer the part of the team?
Well, if anyone knows Brendan McCullum, he plays the game at 100 mile an hour and he encourages the players to take the game on. So we've got players who can take the game on, players who can play a nice anchor role, and in regards to Shubman Gill, he's just one hell of a talent. So you just leave him alone, let him play, and watch him score 100 after 100 for the Kolkata Knight Riders.
YB Sarangi from The Hindu. How has the role of mentor changed due to the pandemic? And is David Hussey going to address players individually or as a team?
So my style is more of an individual, one-on-one basis, see how people are going and try and form role clarity for each player, but also just make them feel at ease and at home, and most importantly that we as coaching staff and players just sort of make them as relaxed as they possibly can. So when they're out in the middle of the field, under immense pressure, they can perform their skills, and that's pretty much my role.
Ashin from the New Indian Express. KKR have quality foreigners in the squad, but do you think that there is slight bit of lack of experience in Indian players as far as the squad is concerned?
Yeah, but it's up to the overseas players or the international players to pass on that experience to the youngsters as well. But I see the youngsters, they're fiercely courageous. They take their game on. We've got really talented fast bowlers and who execute their skills. And then we've got some of the best young players in batting terms going around. Combine that with Dinesh Karthik as the captain and Eoin Morgan as a sort of a vice captain, I guess you could say, or captain of an international country. I think we're very well balanced in all disciplines of the game.